And do I get Teferi? Like, you know, it's not the one I want, but it's the one I deserve. Sorry, Teferi. You know, it's true. Like, you remember yourself when you were the hero of some plane. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll try to make short intro for Jeskai control, but this is not a regular Jeskai control. You might see that there are some cards missing. Yep, there is no Bankbuster, no Fable, because we tried to make a list that will be viable after the BANS. I'm pretty sure myself that the Fable will go. About Bankbuster, it seems likely. So those are the cards that we removed from the deck, and that was a hard experiment, because even though we challenged ourselves with not creating this kind of deck with best cards in the meta, believe me, our opponent didn't mind using Bankbusters and Fables, and we had to fight against them. We still won, so I'm pleased to say that this deck performed very nicely. We ranked up, and it felt really strong. So basically with this one, we have answers to everything. This is your win con. This is something that like if your opponent isn't a control deck, he basically cannot answer it, because the best answer is always a sweeper. You overwhelm the board so hard they can never attack you anymore, and the fact that Teferi is lurking behind the corner means that they need to be much more defensive, and they probably have to trade. Normally they can ignore life game, like their life total, but not Teferi drawing cards or giving the emblem or just removing their permanents from the board. So really cool stuff. I think this card is pretty darn amazing. And that's not everything, because we have Wedding Announcement not only for those 6/6 of stats for 3 mana, because that's absolutely balanced. The Anthem effect will make Invasion of New Phyrexia so much better. If you cast it for 7 mana, man, you are getting 5/3/3 Knights, you are getting 15/15 in stats. What kind of deck that isn't control can handle this power from 7 mana play? That's not too much. With Memory Deluge and Zurgo and Ojutai, we don't lack the value. We play a little bit less big scores because we want this, you know, sweet flashback for additional value. After the bans, I think this deck is still very, very strong, and you might like it. If you want to prepare, probably very good proposition for you. And yeah, the only risk cards is probably Emperor, Wedding Announcement, maybe Farewell. I honestly don't think Farewell is too much considered, but maybe Wandering Emperor, if anything, but probably not, we'll see. So yeah, I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe if it's super, super cool from your side, if you do. And if you don't, it's fine. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video still. So, have fun guys, let's go into the Jeskai. And by the way, the games today were pretty epic and I think pretty well played, so I hope you will enjoy them as well. Alright guys, going first with Syncopate. The rest of the cards is kinda bad, but Syncopate is the hero we need. Alright, what about the lands? We definitely start with this one, so we can carve out perfectly, in case we draw some 3-drops, you know? Alright, we enable the first Syncopate, but it will get rough. We need to cycle all of those cards, especially the Memory Deluge. We need to get rid of them. When we get the value hidden within, we should be fine. So I played this one, so I don't have to pay myself in any way. Like, I don't have cards, but you know, that's easier than think, basically. Alright, Jetmir's Garden. Not exactly sure what we are playing against, but it has no blue, which means that we have very, very nice, you know, capabilities. Like, we can play a dance step, we can negate all their best plays, so they're forced to make a subpar plays, like the farmhand. By the way, I missed those sleeves and I really wanted them. I cried on the inside on the next day. So, is it Memory Deluge or Wandering Emperor? I will go with this one. I can see it being a bad decision. One out. Alright. I will take Syncopates. They're really premium. I just want to keep hitting my landsman. That's insanely important. Zurgo will probably be good for later. Now it's either Syncopate or Deva Emperor. There is no pressure on the board, so we don't need to go really hard with anything. Is that... yeah, I'm fine with it. It will be annoying. He will draw some cards, like, you know, there will be mess, but it's not a mess we cannot handle. And I will play Emperor thanks to this, and I will create a pressure that he might not like. So I think we are winning hard right now. But it's not game-winning advantage yet. It can go either way depending on the draws and what he has here. Like, he can run out or us out of counter spells at some point. Let's create wider board. This creates a lot of problems for them. Especially that we have Memory Deluge, right? Especially they probably want to attack in like 2 turns, so they draw the card, but they won't be able to. And if they wait for the flip, it will take so long that we can farewell into some. See? We are not playing Bankbusters because we are trying to make a post-ban Jeskai control, but here we are, there's the Bankbuster. And I already hate it. Do we farewell this? I could go name enchantments and artifacts. Then he plays something and I will cry on the inside. Man, I'm countering it. I think it's too much. It's not great. He has 3 mana, but his best plays are like 4 and 5 mana. Now they know. We already showed what is the 1 blue spell that we play. So, we probably need to steal farewell, unfortunately. Right? We could also attack with Zurgo and Ojutai. The problem is that when he attacks with all of this, I mean, we get some good trades, so maybe he won't. That would be perfect for us. I'm flooded with Memory Deluge a little bit. I can hit a hard counter spell if I Memory Deluge, so that's not a bad play. Oh, that's really greedy from my side, but I think we don't have a choice. Like, I'm not tapping out against 5 cards and so much stuff. See? He only cares about 2 because that's enough to draw cards. 3 mana, so he can play the land, right? So 4 drop can go through. Ayo, Emperor, like Eternal Wandering, those cards will get countered. It's a rough one. I'm thinking about Flameless board, right? If we kill one of the creatures, we'll have Syncopate for 1, which is enough for Eternal Wanderer, but it's really sketchy. I think it's better to just keep up all the mana and just, you know, accept 2 cards to his hand. We should be able to outvalue it over the game, but it will drag the game a bit longer, right? Because they have a lot of fuel. Alright. We have our stuff. Now we know everything. I probably want to go like this. Yep, careful taps, because we know exactly what we want. So I want Syncopate, 1 blue, and 1 red without the Pain land. It should be a bit different land, but it's okay, it's close enough. See, that's the card we needed. That's exactly how we played into. Alright, so we have this play. We counter Elspeth, we kill the thing, they don't draw cards. What then? They have huge board, we need to farewell on the next turn. So probably Fires of Victory. 3, 6. We have 2 mana, we don't do anything without it. I mean, we have Memory Deluge, so I will take the land, actually. Alright, Syncopate for 1. This is why I'm thinking so long, because this is exactly the play I wanted to hit to deny him all the advantage. This is the only, you know, puzzle pieces that went through this strategy, and now they cannot attack. Alright, we got something out of this. It's pretty nice. So they can draw 1 card with Wedding Announcement, and I like it. On this turn, they cannot have a 3/3s because they need to wait until the end step. So this Samurai prevents them from attacking. I like Otawara. If I play Memory Deluge, what happens? Memory Deluge into Emperor is pretty nice. Zurgo and Ojutai is also pretty nice. That's very aggressive. I'm not fully convinced to this, but I like drawing cards, and he's pretty constrained on the mana, so even if he answers everything, it puts him quite behind. So we are winning in value, and we are winning on the board slowly. Land. I play the land, right? So we go for board. I'm really tempted to take it back, but with all this value, do your worst, my friend, do your worst. They probably can remove it, but it should cost them, and that's what I bank on. Alright, Serra Paragon. And nothing. That's really good, man. Alright. Man, we are getting... I did hold this play because I can get extra card on the next turn without paying 5 mana. And I can play Double Emperor after Sweeper? No, I won't have enough mana. Oh! It's pretty big. I just realized. Huh. I should go for the first strike. I did not realize that it's 5/6 already. We can do it, and we will, but that's not the original plan. It's more of an emergency. I can make a tricky play. Alright guys, this will be super weird. Don't do this at home, alright? I make a bad play because he doesn't know my hand, and he still goes for it. We tried to trick him, but we didn't. So for this reason we need to play like this. I mean, it has some upside. Now we don't need to sweep maybe. So I wasted the thing because I didn't see this play at the first place. So we just give the first strike and we get a free trade. So I mean, it's still good. It's still good. And he doesn't kill the Emperor. There's no pressure. We have Flame Blast board. Now he needs to play more. And Farewell will hit more. For example, a Sanctuary Warden. That is kinda the perfect target. He gets the stuff, so one card will be cycled, but this is definitely something he expects more during the game than I draw one card by spending one card. We definitely block. This way we protect the Emperor, and after Farewell nothing is here. Alright, my turn. Dissipate, an interesting one. Oh boy. No fear, he will block and it won't work, but I don't have good, good solution to this one. And I need to Farewell anyway, so a bit of a rough one, but this is like still a good play. You know why? Because now we will exile everything. Right, I mean we are not a Reanimator deck, so we don't care, it's fine. So I guess it's not the best play. Do we care about the graveyards? They have the Paragon, but we have Memory Deluge, so we don't go for it. Artifacts, nobody has any. Alright, I mean this is the play. I would love to hit one land, man. That would solidify my advantage. Right now I'm a bit vulnerable after Farewelling. Emperor, absolutely not the worst. It's actually one of the best cases for us because it takes a lot of mana and it barely has any impact, man. And it also perfectly hits it to our Flame Blast board. This is one of the cool plays. Flame Blast board often trades against the Emperor because of -1 that usually everyone goes for, including me. And now that should be it. This is the moment. We have mana advantage, which is extremely important. Not relevant at all. No target, just a 2/1 that can draw cards to both players. And with 40 cards in the deck, we are not getting milled, and our cards are better. So we go for blockers. I could draw removal, but I honestly don't mind this too much. And I might cast the bigger Deluge, which is kinda hard to use. So when we have the spot, we'll take it. And we have the spot. Even if he kills Emperor, it doesn't matter. So, what is the play? Honestly, Burn Down the House seems amazing in this situation. Wedding Announcement is also really good. It's also pretty cheap. And... alright. I want this up. It's probably just Wedding Announcement. Because we can play Memory Deluge always. Do I want to go on the Samurais? Yeah, I want to be aggressive. Because he's down to 4 cards, he doesn't have too much time. And he also doesn't really want to trade versus Loran. Because he probably wants to draw with her. I would guess, we'll see. Another Emperor, right? Destroy Evil. Alright, this is a good card, but we get more stuff, so down to 3. We are definitely not it's not high impact like winning card. It's just something that makes it harder for him. He drew the correct response, but he's still not getting ahead, just, you know. Alright, this round is even, we will go for the next round. And slowly but surely, every turn we have a counterspell on top of a threat. So at some point they will start falling super behind. Oh boy, those are... Oh my god, that's pretty insane card. Alright, man, we're crushing it. I attack. He actually cares about life slowly, so it's not as easy no blocks as he would love to have. Drawing cards, right? Because we have a lot of cards and he has very few, so he needs gas more than we do. Yeah, we went by card advantage, so it's fine. And we say go because we have big score, we have Fires of Victory, and when he tries to play something big, like every turn he doesn't do anything, we get advantage by Memory Deluge, so he needs to play cards, otherwise he's falling super behind. And in that case, we just fish for more counter spells. When we hit like 2 of them, we can just hedge against any play he will make. Alright, perfect. Land, very appreciated. Burn down the house, pretty cool. And it also forces kind of sweeper on them, right? It's very hard to remove those devils one by one, you probably need just a sweeper. And it means sorcery speed, it means that you are vulnerable to counter spells and you cannot make more plays, generally. The discard will be hard, but I think it's for well. And with triple, when we untap here, we should be winning the game very quickly. And he knows it. He, even without knowing that we have 3 counter spells, man. The devils, enough pressure when you have this kind of control. Alright, so let's evaluate the situation. Doesn't feel like mono red, does it? So we will keep anyway. I think we can play like this. This way we get all the mana on the next turn. So what? Yeah. Definitely not mono red. You know what? I'll give you hello. Against this kind of, you know, human soldier decks, at least you are able to play the game. Unless there's Talia involved. Alright. I like their play. They're playing pretty good, so they want to test us, not showing they have the land. Resolute Reinforcements. Do we counter it? I will see. I hope they don't have it, but they usually do. Alright, this is the counter spell. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much, but I think we need to let it resolve. Just because there will be worse things happening. Hopefully right now? Give me some... Like, the fact that we tanked so much was a mistake, because now they know there is a counter spell. We would not think so long if we didn't have to. So that's some problem, see? And now they're playing around it. What this doesn't hit? Morale will get countered. Siege Veteran. I think this is actually a bit better. Even Brutal Catar dies to this. So I want to be mana efficient. This will grow, so it will become a problem at some point. Double white. We don't want to pain ourselves. Let's go for symmetrical mana. Zurgo and Ojutai comes on the next turn. We have Emperor, we have Counterspell. Our situation is okay. Alright, he plays Morale. What happens then? I mean, we're not happy. That's what happens. But I will take this risk because the trait is really juicy. You block this one because if he plays Siege Veteran, the token is kinda useless, and this one gives another token. So it's always better to trade this way. Tokens are like least, you know, lowest value. So I expected land into my rare, that was my guess. Brutal Cutter is actually amazing for us, and I think with this play he lost the game. I don't think he can come back from this. This is our chain of perfect responses. This is why I saved Flame Blast Bolt. If I had White March, this is 3 mana, so I would have to tap out fully to get basically the same effect. So this one removal that we, you know, decided to play differently is probably the reason we are in such a good spot. So, you know, educational channel. I mean, it's annoying. but it's just a 1-1. And he still needs to kill us. Losing Emperor is a big hit. I don't love it, but what can you do, man? Talia. It's not the perfect target, but I want to keep using my mana because I want to be very aggressive with Zurgo on the next turn. We need to hit his face. Smark. Alright, let's see the card and then we make decision. Memory Deluge. Memory Deluge means we don't need to get it back. It might die to Brutal Qatar, but we have ways to go around it. He already had one Brutal Qatar. Lay down arms feels super bad. But we have Memory Deluge, so we can dig for a sweeper, and hopefully that will be enough to clear the board fully. So if I play this, do I have... Wow, I have so much mana, it's crazy. And this game felt really good for some reason. Why did it feel so good? Oh, Flame Blast board. That's basically it. I don't want to tap before the attack, so I take the damage. Don't forget, generally with Adeline, every next attack will be stronger. Like, it's not like he will remove his creatures, so the next turn she will hit for more. And because we hold up the mana, we have, like, our opponent, you know, plays a bit around it, hopefully. And we have this combo of 3 and 4 mana play, and that's pretty good here. In 2 turns, we can start trading. Alright. So I think I take this for damage, right? We have fire, so whatever follow-ups should be okay. We have Memory Deluge, so we should be able to, you know, respond to whatever happens. I could go safe way and just trade everything. Honestly, it's also not a bad idea. Or maybe I go halfway. Yeah, I like the halfway a little bit more. Because 2 tokens at 2/2 will be enough to detriment him from attacking. Initiate, sure. Not the most scary. I think we are winning this one. Alright. Let's go for Sokenzan, because actually it trades for 2 creatures. Very nice overall. Maybe I should keep it for fires, not sure. Alright, and we have our blockers. Our opponent is in the pickle. 3 cards. Slowly but surely this is explosion time. Admonish, if you watch this game, you played really well. This is really high quality play. Like, he's not in the highest mythic, but he plays like very high mythic. Alright, opponent goes first. This is definitely not the best hand in the world, but we have Flame Blast board and hopefully that's enough. Can we hit Harvester? So this will pain us a little bit, but I think it's... is it worth it? I mean, I guess. Let's get rid of it. We pay the cost. Maybe we draw 2-drop, you know? That would really help. I mean, theoretically it is a 2-drop, but not exactly what we had in mind. But pretty okay to draw it, especially together with Wedding Announcement. Maybe we can make some magic, you know? Some magic. If you have it, show it, because with Invasion of New Phyrexia we will always want to use all the mana. Don't interact. Perfect. The moment you get this first trigger, you know you are pretty fine with the results. Alright, so what is the play? No double red for Brotherhood's End. And the exile effect. Exile effect. Just straight up destroying one of his cards in the end. Man, that's crazy. That's insane. We could play Invasion, but it's better to hold up Dissipate. Like, we have better board. We have 3 mana 6/6. He has 3 mana 3/3. Easy. So it means he needs to play into the board or he loses over time. And we're ready. Oh boy. Like, we are not playing with those cards, but they still do, and you can feel the pain right there. And this is one of the things, like, you guys ask for in the comments to play the post-ban things, right? But the problem is, the meta decks with Fable, Bankbusters are still here, and it's really hard to battle them, but I think we should have an edge, I think we will win this. He is pretty tapped. No double red, but he will get the goblin, right? Do I want the card? I want power in the board, because I want 4-4 and 2-2, so I can trade with everything, and then he's forced to play into the Negate and Dissipate. So it's looking okay for us. We could go for those knights, but the problem is he might just get the treasure, attack, Brotherhood's End, and everything I have is dead. Because I have exactly board with 3 toughness. Annoying, but we will take it. As long as the power levels are kinda similar. Ooh, I like it. Especially with counterspell, we can ensure that our trades will be good. I expect some removal, right? That would explain it. Now we need to decide, do we farewell this board? We would have to name enchantments, which is not perfect. And he wants to save the goblin, that's interesting. He just wants those treasures, man. Huh. I think we allow it. Like, I would have to consider this play. You could theoretically just... Okay, first we play the land, because that's for sure is happening. And maybe we just go with the knights? Or we could kill the goblin, but then we get no card probably. The point is that he has scary stuff. Is this good enough for right now? 4 knights, it will be like 12-12 in stats. But the Brotherhood's End? But what if they don't have the Brotherhood's End? Let's try, you know, with wedding announcement. I want to risk it, I want to see what happens. And I'm going super all-in on this one, because now he is tapped and we can get all the mana. If he has things like Invoke, Despair, Chandra, even Chandra is not good enough, right? And that kinda forces the trade. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want us to get this loyalty, or defense, should I say. So let the trading begin. I mean, that's a 12-12 in stats. It cannot go super wrong, right? Right. Oh, you love to see it. So I think a lot of lists don't super play into like sweeper, because they assume they have this harvester, go for the throat appraiser, and that this will carry them through the early and mid game, which is kinda correct, right? So I hoped they just have things like Invoke, Chandra, and you know, all this stuff. So instead, this time, learning from our mistakes, knowing that he really likes to save his goblin. He's probably mana starved, and that's why he prioritizes it so hard. And do I get Teferi? Can I please have Teferi? Like, you know, it's not the one I want, but it's the one I deserve. Sorry, Teferi. You know, it's true. Like, you remember yourself when you were the hero of some plane. And it's not right like this anymore. Those are very weird blocks. Like, he loses everything on the board, and he doesn't protect the battle. And he doesn't protect the battle. Oh, yes. Cool, I get my Teferi, right? So he kinda wasted his board, because he hoped that go for the throat will go through. Alright, I mean, I will cast it. Do I want the emblem? Honestly, yeah, sure. We could get rid of the treasure, which could prevent Invoke Despair, but I don't think that's what we want. I think making... Like, if he casts Invoke, we lose Teferi, but we swing for 8 damage on the next turn, and we untap with Count. Also, you know, I have a counter spell against this. That's also a pretty good argument. So the board is super menacing. Alright, yeah, let's go with it. I mean, not sure what's going on the top of his board or library, but it definitely won't be great for us, right? So we can hit him for 15, just a fun fact. But we probably won't, depending on the draw. We definitely don't need this card. Let's draw some cards. And we cycle land into something else. Man, we can bounce it and play it again. Man, I like this. I really like this. Especially that this already creates enough pressure that he kinda has to, you know, do something on the next turn, and I really don't think he has the way to do it. I think he's stuck and he dies to those knights. Man, I mean, this invasion did a lot of work, man. Like, it kinda carried us. Is he rage quitting with a meta deck against the deck that is pre-banned? I hope not, because that won't be the correct play, my friend. Alright, and we say go. So we don't have counter spells, some things can happen, like Chandra is usually one of the bigger threats and he has the mana. But with the ward he cannot really double target because it's so expensive. Cruelty. Alright. Probably chapter 3, right? Because you want to get back Hidetsugu and hopefully get something. What he doesn't know. Oh boy, he won't like it. I will make a stop in case he wants to go to Kara next phase or do anything, because I don't want him to play land. I could respond to this effect, but I want him to, you know, stack the library in non-optimal way. Maybe I'm just mean on purpose, you know, but... Good. Going to next phase, no land, and you cannot play land at an instant speed. So see, not playing Otawara might have been the MVP of this game, and it was. Knights, man, like, this, even this emblem, together with wedding announcement, make them like real beasts. Alright, opponent goes first. You don't love it with Syncopate, Sokenzan is, man, lifesaver, absolute lifesaver, because at least we can Syncopate on the next turn. And Sokenzan, I don't need to tell you. I mean, we have played with fire, Fires of Victory, and everything is just flame there. Alright, scary, but ramp is pretty nice. You use ramp to get absolute maximum of your mana, and guess what happens then? Yep, they will roll the dice, right? And the dice has been rolled. Man, we are fighting for mana with our poor 2 lands. Like, this art is perfect on the situation. And suddenly, we are starting to be stronger, absorbing his power. I mean, is that a tell? I feel that this might be a tell, guys. Sure. Enjoy, my friend. What's the spell this turn? I don't love it, but it's probably something we can handle. Like, with control you cannot counter everything you don't like, you need to pass through something, so this is one of the things I think that if someone doesn't play control, he doesn't see it in action. Do we go for fires there? Card advantage at some point. I think we'll go like this. So he got 1 ramp, but he lost 1 ramp, and this will become a creature at some point. Let's go for double white because it threatens the Emperor, even though we don't have it, but he will never know. So this is something a lot of players, I think, that don't play control don't get, that it seems like someone is countering everything, but in reality he's not, because he cannot. Do we go for... I think this Stomper needs to be countered though. I mean, it's pretty good play overall. And I think he didn't play the land for the turn, so possibly he doesn't have one and he cannot activate the Stomper quick enough. If he misses the land drop, he's really far from activating the Stomper, and that gives us a lot of time, which, bro, we'll definitely use it. Let's go for the blue mana. We have, as you can see, very high blue costs. It probably won't make a difference, but if we go one direction, it's probably blue. And I think you missed the L. Awaken the Woods. So they work together, right? 7 lands. I mean, I don't like burning counter spells, but this is something that will increase the clock like crazy. And that's not exactly what we want. Do I want to kill the Stomper? No, I want to draw with Memory Deluge and see what I hit. I could Fires of Victor, but probably I won't, because I want to draw cards. Let's see, it's not over, he probably has the best threat still in the hand. And we are out of the stuff. Okay, he's also out of the stuff, so Memory Deluge probably should be slowly game winning. This is what happens when, yeah, Tears. He showed that he had a lot of removal, so maybe he had quite a lot of removal, but no lands. And we destroyed his ramp, right? Don't forget. Invasion of Zendikar and Scrapgorger went away. Awaken the Woods was countered, so we countered like 6 mana, and that's why he didn't have enough to cast his spells. Alright, we're going first, and we have some issues because we are not an Azorius deck. I on the play with Wedding Announcement, so I hope I will have enough time for Flame Blast board and, you know, all this stuff. We will see. We just need one red source and everything will be fine. But can we hit it? Oh, we are against control, it seems. That's not great. Not with this hand. Alright, make Dissipate. That will probably be a good game, honestly. If they counter this, oh, destroy. Soul Partition. Alright, I mean, it's annoying, but it gives us some later plays at least. No red mana, only red cards from the top. Seems about right. Alright, is that Reanimator deck? We'll see. Our draw is so far absolutely abysmal, and I mean, it's not easy to go worse than this. Alright, and now everything is fine. Wedding Announcement. So if he wants to counter it, there's no Emperor on this turn, so it's fine. Soul Partition again? Otawara. I mean, he's getting a lot of cool plays, but look at the hand. The hand is the sum of basically having no card draw and sacrificing cards for a bounce effect. Alright, so they did the thing. They did the thing. I think we go for... Oh man, Burn Down the House is pretty nice, isn't it? I kinda like it, and we can play it. Yeah, he's fully tapped out. Man, that's why I like Burn Down the House. Other sweepers in control matchup are absolutely dead. This? Not at all. It suddenly forces a sweeper, because he needs to answer this in like 2-3 turns. He probably will answer it immediately. We fixed our draws, so that's good. And yeah, he keeps sacrificing cards just to cycle stuff or just bounce stuff. So very good tempo-wise deck, but extremely low value. So the Mindbreaker is here. We have the answer. We have quite a lot of answers actually. So this will be a full-blown mill deck. Yeah, we will attack them, I think. I mean, that's not not the hard choice, you know, but I'm thinking about the other play. It seems they are keeping something. Man, if we play Farewell and it goes through, we probably will win this. But I think we go with the Syncopate at this moment. And maybe Wedding Announcement before it. I draw a card. I like cards. Went through? Perfect. We passed the turn. I mean, it's good that we can combat control deck so well, even with, you know, so heavy anti-creature side. Also, I guess they also have a lot of removal, because you cannot play otherwise. And here's the Farewell. I mean, I don't like it. Have fun. I should check the modes, because it is possible I'm playing Farewell on the next turn, just on the graveyards, but I mean, we did it. That went way easier than it should, and we got, you know, color screwed in the start, so I'm pretty happy with this one.